Compassion Coffee's first brick and mortar store will open today in Anoka. The organization currently has a travel coffee cart, but has been successful enough to expand to a full service shop. Compassion Coffee employs people affected by homelessness and helps provide skills and training and resources to the unhoused community. We'll have much more on their mission when they join us for a live interview. That is coming up this morning at 6:45. An Anoka church is launching a new venture that is perfect if you need that jolt of caffeine, and who doesn't, especially on a Monday.
Yeah, perfect for this morning. Compassion Coffee. It's a spot aimed at offering jobs to people who are experiencing homelessness. The grand opening is taking place in just a few minutes. In fact, at 7 o'clock. Before that, though, before the opening, we are catching up with Pastor Rob Bergfalk. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Pastor.
Hi, good morning.
I know it's busy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
well,
I know
pleasure.
It's busy. A couple of minutes before the launch. Tell us a little bit about the business and how you came up with the concept.
Yeah, so back in 2018, there were homeless camps happening off of Hiawatha Avenue, and during that time frame, God had placed a burden on our heart to start a church to care for people experiencing homelessness. And so in the summer of 2021, we started a church called Compassion Church here in Anoka to reach people experiencing homelessness, but also to practically care for people in need. But part of that vision has always been to open a coffee house to provide employment and skills training and resources. And so our vision as a coffee house is to empower people affected by homelessness. And so we signed a lease on this location at the beginning of May, been remodeling for the last 6 months or so, and so we're excited for the big day today.
Right, and we know this all started with a coffee cart, and now here you are with a brick and mortar. What has the response been like from the community?
Yeah, people are excited. I mean, I think we've been, for the last 2 years, we've been operating the coffee cart. And so we've been in schools, we've been in businesses, we've been going to farmers markets and that sort of thing. And so that was one of the reasons we wanted to start the coffee cart, was to start small and to scale, to be able to raise funds, to be able to just get the word out there. And so overall, people have been really excited, and people have reached out to offer to volunteer and to help in whatever ways that we're looking for. And so lots of partnerships we've been able to form with local organizations here in Anoka, as well as the Anoka County Job Training Center. So
Sure. How does the hiring and the training process work?
Yeah, so right now we're primarily working with the local organizations. So Stepping Stone, Hope for Youth, and Family Promise are 3 organizations that we're partnering with locally here. And so with those relationships, we're able to identify people experiencing homelessness or people who had just come out of homelessness and finding sustainability, along with the Anoka County Job Training Center. And so right now, most of the team that we have right now of people affected by homelessness are actually through the Anoka County Job Training Center. So they'll actually hire and pay wages to help with that cost, and then we act as a work site. And so that's meant to be more of a temporary thing for like up to 6 months or so. So our heart then is to provide the employment long term after that, as well as anybody that is older than 24, we would just hire outright. And so people can come in and just come and talk to us and talk about what they're looking for. And we're obviously, as the opening week, we'll be figuring out what this looks like and how busy we'll be and that sort of thing. But yeah.
Great stuff.
Well, all the best to you with your mission, Pastor Bergfalk. Thanks for joining us this morning. You bet.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
our
you.
pleasure. If you want to check them out, the shop is located just off West Main Street in Anoka.
A new coffee shop just opened. Find out more on how they're helping the community and those experiencing homelessness. So stay tuned to find out more about Compassion Coffee.
A whole different show I'm thinking of.
Happy Monday. An Anoka church is using coffee as a way to lend a hand to people experiencing homelessness. Compassion Coffee opened their doors to the public earlier this morning, and that's where we find Pastor Rob Bergfalk, who's joining us from the shop this morning. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here.
All right, well, Pastor Rob, can you tell us more about the launch of this business, what motivated you guys to launch, and just the concept behind what you're all doing?
Yeah, so back in 2018, and you guys probably covered it, there were some homeless camps happening off of Hiawatha Avenue all throughout that summer and fall. And over that course of time, God had placed a burden on our heart to practically care for people experiencing homelessness. And so our heart was to start a church. And so we discovered that there was a lot of homelessness in the suburbs, not just downtown, but in the suburbs, specifically in Anoka. And so we had this vision to start a church, but also to practically make a difference, to start a coffee house, to provide employment, skills training, and resources for people affected by homelessness. And so this has been a dream since 2018, and we've been meeting as a church since 2021, and excited that the day's here.
Yeah, it's a big day for you guys this morning, but as we take a look at what you guys are doing, what the mission is, how does the hiring and training process work? Do people have to apply, or do you all go out and seek people to come work there?
Yeah, so we have relationships with several organizations here within Anoka and Anoka County. So Stepping Stone Emergency Housing, Hope for Youth, and Family Promise are the three organizations that we have good relationships with. And so we identify people within those organizations. And we also have the Anoka County Job Training Center. And so they had reached out to us. They'll provide employment for youth up to age 24, and they'll actually hire them, take them through the process. They'll actually pay them up to 29 hours a week, and then we work as just as a site. And then the hope is that that's just short term, that we would hire them on longer term. For people that outside of that training center or outside of that age range, we would just hire them so they can stop in and just talk to us and be able to start a conversation. We tend to err on the side of grace and being able to choose. Our name Compassion comes from the definition of choosing to suffer with those who are suffering, and so trying to understand what's going on with them and what kind of situations they're in, and how we can walk alongside them in that and help them find sustainability.
And clearly, from hearing just all that you've been talking about this morning, you are very community focused. And seeing all the activity there this morning, what's been the community response so far to what you're doing?
Yeah, it's been great. People have been really positive and encouraging towards us, so we're very excited about that. We started with a coffee cart 2 years ago, and so I'm glad that we did that, because for the last 2 years we've been in the community. We've been going to schools, different businesses, community events where we've operated that coffee cart, and so we had a decent sized following already with people rallying around us. Different places have come out and done news stories, and so we're grateful for just the people spreading awareness of what we're doing. And it feels super surreal, because it's we dreamed about this 6 years ago, and it's happening, and so we've just been blown away by the support.
Well, Pastor Bergfalk, thank you so much. A big congratulations to you guys for all you are doing. And if you at home want to check them out, the shop is located off of West Main Street in Anoka.
And a local pastor sees his vision come true with an actual coffee shop where people who are homeless have a place to work. A coffee shop that hopes to change lives while serving up cups of joe opened its doors this morning in Anoka. It is called Compassion Coffee. The store, which is operated by Compassion Church, employs people affected by homelessness, providing skills, training, and resources to the unhoused community. Compassion Coffee started out as a travel coffee cart, and it was successful enough that it opened its first brick-and-mortar store this morning. The pastor of Compassion Church joined me earlier on the Fox 9 Morning News. He says it took a lot of work to get this morning's grand opening off the ground.
For the last 2 years, we've been operating the coffee cart, and so we've been in schools, we've been in businesses, we've been going to farmers markets and that sort of thing. And so that was one of the reasons we wanted to start the coffee cart, was to start small and to scale, to be able to raise funds, to be able to just get the word out there. And so overall, people have been really excited.
Yeah, you can find Compassion Coffee off of West Main Street in Anoka.